You Aquarius, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Pentacles so far. A lot of you Aquarius have been trying to get to know some people, and I'm just seeing that for the most part, people are not really able to keep up with you and deal with you in your own wavelength, right? A lot of you Aquarius are actually pretty much on a very higher level compared to the people that you talk to. And most people just want to sit back and chill and smoke a cigarette, right? And here you Aquarius are thinking on a completely higher level, more worldly, right? More from a grand scale, more of a world level. And the thing is that the Wheel of Fortune represents how, and this is the type of stuff that you've had to experience ever since you probably was a little child, right? And a lot of people didn't really think like you even as you were coming up. A lot of people probably still didn't think like you. So the Five of Pentacles now represents you now coming into the game as far as dating is concerned. It's a pain in the butt. Ultimately, it's a total pain in the butt because this is how most people are, right? Like here you are trying to offer them a gift, and the gift is knowledge, having an open mind, right? Learning to look at the world and the universe differently compared to how you used to. And here they are completely balled up, curled up in a fetal position, and essentially having a catastrophic breakdown because they're just unable to meet you at that same wavelength. The things that you say, most people are not going to listen to what it is that you're talking about. Most people are not even going to understand what it is that you're talking about enough to even be interested. Like it is that I said before, most people want to sit back, smoke a cigar or a cigarette or drink or whatever and have their fun. They're not really interested in a lot of the things that you Pisces have to talk about, because the stuff that you Pisces have to talk about is on a higher level. So the Queen of Swords now represents, so a lot of you Aquarius are realizing that you're realizing that. You're realizing the idea that most people are not going to be able to actually meet you halfway. And like it is that I said before, there are 4 zodiac signs that are not animals. That's Aquarius, Libra, Virgo, and Gemini. And I'm not trying to disrespect the other 8, and I'm not trying to say that we're better. All I'm saying is that for the elements that are ruled by animals, they're more so on a level ruled by animals because they struggle with their animal instincts way more than the 4 zodiac signs that make up, again, that make us up, which is Aquarius, y'all, Gemini, Libra, and Virgo. So a lot of you are realizing just how different you Aquarius actually are, especially when it now comes time now where you're dealing with people where you find yourself dating, and that's part of why your love life kind of is that's part of why your love life is kind of rough. Your love life is rough because a lot of people are not able to connect. And a lot of times, often than not, you are able to connect because you're still an air sign. You're still able to socialize, but you're able to connect from the premise of you have to intentionally. That's my cat up underneath the door. Paws is up underneath the door. But you are able to connect. It's just that you Aquarius are able to connect with people who are not on that same wavelength under the condition that you have to dumb yourself down and make yourself seem like an average individual in order to do that, instead of actually dealing with other people that are just on that wavelength enough to actually be able to meet you halfway. So the thing is that the 5 of Swords now is about how, and it's kind of been detrimental to you dealing with that, or I should say being intelligent like that, because what will happen is you'll be in a certain situation where you'll find out the hard way that your friends, that your friends and your family members, maybe even the ones that you deal with romantically, right, on that level, they're not really in your corner. These will be the same people that'll make it seem like they are your friends, or they're your romantic interests, or they're even your family members. And these will ultimately be the same people that will try to tear you down, break you down. These will be the same people that'll tell you that they love you, they like you, and in the next minute, it's like, spiritually, they have to stab you in the back. They're going behind your back, talking crazy about you. And then when word gets back to you, Aquarius, you're trying to figure out, well, what exactly was the point? Like, how could this person be laying down next to you almost every night, or however they come over, y'all two Netflix and chill, right? Or y'all go somewhere and chill and do your thing, and y'all lay down with each other the fun way, you know what I mean? And then this person decides to sleep over, or maybe they go back to their place, their residence, and then they really feel like that, even though y'all are bumping, right? Like, how could a person feel like that? And, to that, it's been a lot of you Aquarius kind of low-key detriment. And the reason why is due to the fact that y'all rule over the 11th house. And the 11th house rules over hidden enemies. See, the 6th house, which is what where Virgo is, the 6th house is known enemies. So it's enemies that are open in your face. We all know who's an enemy. And then the 11th house is hidden enemies. This is one of the reasons why Virgo and Aquarius are higher and lower octave. So Aquarius being the higher octave. So people will be in your face, around you, calling themselves your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your lover, you know what I mean, the person that you end up spending so much of your time with, your romantic interest, your aunt, uncle, mother, father, son, cousin, whoever. And these will be people that don't like you, don't rock with you. And it's so unbelievably weird because you Aquarius are trying to give knowledge, and the cold-hearted part about it is you Aquarius, and I've seen this many a times, and this is a terrible mistake that a lot of you Aquarius make. Y'all will give all this knowledge to the wrong people. Y'all will try to make people more intelligent, more worldly, and y'all will be calling yourselves, talking to people that don't comprehend what it is that you're saying. They don't like what it is that you're saying. And that's part of the reason why it is that they spend so much time disliking you so much. And I've seen it many a times. I've heard of it many a times. Right? How many times you Aquarius yourselves have tried to interact with people, tried to put them on to certain things. They're not listening to you, and you trying to raise them up to your level, and to no avail. They have not, they are still as low down and as dirty and as dysfunctional as they were before. But a lot of you Aquarius will spend your time trying to raise them up. And then the catch-22 to that is, that's when it is that you end up hurting yourself, because they backstab you, right? Spiritually. They go against your wishes. They try to undermine you. They try to destroy you. And then now you Aquarius are like, yo, all of this that I ever tried to do was raise you up. What happened? That's your problem. So far, you spent so much time raising up individuals that all it is that they wanted to do was, like I said, Netflix and chill. But you sitting up here as Aquarius talking about quantum physics and the way that the divine works, and everything is a net and interwoven with one another. That's too much. And what did they tell you in the first Matrix? People who are still plugged into the Matrix have become so dependent on it that they will fight to stay in the Matrix. So what are y'all doing trying to raise them up after they've shown you time and time again, people that you were dating, that they don't want to be woken up? Right? So now you have the Chariot. So you have a lot of Cancer crab influence with the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Wheel of Fortune is the first card and the Chariot is the 5th card. So here you are. 5 minus 1 is 4. Cancer crabs is the 4th house. Right? So The chariot, here you are, right? Here's the chariot. The chariot represents you have to get to a point where you really pay attention to the quality of the people that you have around you and not just the quantity. Because the thing about it is that Aquarius, y'all represent humanity. Y'all represent, you represent us as a species, right? But the problem is that you cannot raise up everybody as a species because we're not necessarily all alike. A lot of us will be in a particular situation where some of us are more spiritually advanced, some of us are more into the physical, even though they don't really have any real outlet to prove their physical dominance. Some of us are more spiritual, right? Some of us are more physically interested, and some of us can be both. You know, some of us can be both. Some of us can be 50% physical, 50% non-physical. And the thing about it is that you have to be able to now start, when it comes to dating especially, you have to start kind of vetting a person to understand if this is the quality of the person that you would like to have around you. Problem is that a lot of y'all, like I said, y'all like other people so much to the point where that makes a downfall. And that's something that you and Leo have in common. A lot of you and Leo, which is your opposite zodiac sign, y'all will end up having a serious downfall because y'all love your friends and your loved ones and the people so much to the point where y'all don't even really take the time to really understand your surroundings enough to understand the quality of the people that you're hanging around. These are people that are low down and dirty that don't really have your best interest in mind, but yet you're not even taking the time to question those people. So what will happen is you, Aquarius, now you got to learn to start questioning the quality of the people that you have around you. And if those people are really up to par, and do they actually bring in value to you? And at the very least, are they not in your way at the very least? Right? And then if they are going to be in your life, whether they are friends, whether they are family members, whether they are romantic interests, do they provide value? Do they bring in value? And is it enough to go through some hardships with them when you're down and when they're down, or both? And the thing is that the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups represents these will be your answers. So the Ten of Cups is all about how these will ultimately be when you begin to really look around you and you take a panoramic view, you take a look at the people around you and their quality, Aquarius. The Ten of Cups represents the answers. This represents you're going to realize just how many people you have around you that you have to learn to get rid of, that you have to learn to excommunicate. And then the Ten of Swords represent that excommunication. So a lot of you, Aquarius, are going to realize that it's time for you to start excommunicating some people in your life. So this is the actual realization of it after you were inspired, right? To look around. Maybe some of you, Aquarius, was on some dates recently and you were like this. Here you are trying to talk to them about worldly things, more advanced spiritually, technologically, physically advanced things. These people not sitting up here listening to what it is that you're talking about. There's countless times I'm on the street and people ask me about my dog, and they ask me, how is my dog? How old is my dog? And I'll tell them my dog is 13 years old. And they're like, wow, how is your dog so energetic like this? And I'm sitting up here talking about, well, I give my dog taurine, which will help my dog live longer and actually keep my dog youthful and all this other type of stuff for years. And they're not sitting up here listening to what it is I'm talking about. They're like, what are you talking about? And I could see how lost they are in their eyes. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. It's the thought process is completely alien to them. That's how it is that you, Aquarius, come off to some of the people that you call yourself dating. Your mind is somewhere else. And and most people's minds are more interested in, animalistic things, physical touch, if you know what I mean, partying, control, having their way, being considered the boss. So now you are, like I said, talking to them about some high quality stuff. They're not going to want to hear it. So what happens is that the Ten of Swords now that you finally have a chance to really pay attention, you realize that part of the reason why it is that you go through so much trouble is partially because of you. And I know that's a bitter pill to swallow, but this is what the cards are saying. Part of the reason why a lot of you go through so much trouble is because of you. You keep trying to raise up people that are that are too lost in the sauce, gone out of touch with reality. No matter what it is that you think about them or how they put themselves out there to be, they're too far gone. They're too lost in the sauce. So now you have the Eight of Cups, which represents, so now, right, if you haven't started this process, a lot of you Aquarius are going to find yourselves changing in a way where you will start to cut off more of these people that you once considered, that are, right, family related to you, right, that are friends, that are, you know, some people that you once used to talk to and that maybe you were interested in. And in all intents and purposes, you and this person are still technically dating until you decided that you're just going to cut them off. And maybe they may not even hear from you, because the way that some of you Aquarius are changing, a lot of you Aquarius are in a position where you're thinking about if the person is even going to even understand the fact that you're changing yet again, and that you're learning and growing, and that you're becoming someone else, and which is what you're becoming is more of yourself. You're not changing, you know, you're becoming more of yourself. You're stripping away the dysfunction of what you thought, you know, what you thought a person would fit, that could fit in, would be. And you're learning how to become more of yourself. And you don't care whether or not you moralistically fit into other people's ideology of how you should be for you. And you're not even fully sure that the people that you could be hanging out with or talking to at this time would even understand this huge transformation that you Aquarius would even be into. So now the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, right? The Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups is all about how, you know, ultimately, since that's the case, the Seven of Pentacles is about how you Aquarius you wish you can find that person that you have that real deep physical, spiritual, emotional connection with, where the two of you can actually, you know, connect even on a higher level. But unfortunately, right, that's where the Five of Cups come into play. It's mute out here. It's people that too far lost in the sauce of just trying to be human. And to put it bluntly, a lot of you Aquarius are you're trying to transcend being a human into being a god, if that makes sense. And a lot of you Aquarius are learning that most people want to be humans, and it's heartbreaking that they don't want to do anything else. You know. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Oh my gosh. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. The Empress, the World, the Knight of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Wands. So to clarify the Eight of Cups. So the Empress in the World is all about how, again, you know, you Aquarius having to be the example of who it is that you want to be, because you don't really get a chance to see too many examples, because most people want to be human beings. They want to be mundane. They don't want to do anything extraordinary. They want to smoke their cigarette. They want to kick back. They want to go to work. They want to come back. They want to, you know, cop a cold one and scratch their behind. You know what I mean? You know, after a long day, and watch some television on both sides. You know what I mean? And a lot of you Aquarius are not down with that. A lot of you Aquarius are looking for, not just physically more, but spiritually more than that. Especially if you're going to be out here trying to call yourself dating somebody. And if the person isn't really interested in having a spiritual connection and they're just looking for a physical one, I just see a lot of you Aquarius mixing with people who are on that type of time, not really working out. Because the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands, represents here you are trying to come in and bring on this level of evolution and spiritual awareness, right? Evolution spiritually. And then once they evolve spiritually, they will make certain changes physically. And again, here, the Ace of Wands, here it is that you're being met with opposition. People trying to make it seem like you need to calm all that type of stuff down because the stuff that you're talking about is gobbledygook. And this is what it is I'm saying. So a lot of you Aquarius are now looking at it like the people that you're dating now, or the people that you're talking to now, you're looking at them like, are they even spiritually inclined to really be able to even really understand the real you? Or is it that you're just going through the motions, the rigmarole? And I just see a lot of you Aquarius just cutting off some people in the sense that you're not even going to tell some people, right, that are too caught up with this, matrix, this mundane reality, that you're going to leave. You're just going to leave and you're just not going to call them again. Because it's not like the two of you are serious. You're just dating them. Right? So at this current point in time, considering the fact that the two of you don't have years together, I just see a lot of you Aquarius cutting them off, just excommunicating from them completely and not saying anything. But let's clarify some more of these cards. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Let's clarify that. So you have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Two of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles for you Aquarius. So to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands and the Four of Cups represents, and that's one thing that a lot of you Aquarius are not doing anymore. A lot of you are not going to be sitting up here lying to yourselves about what it is that you want. You want a loving relationship, but a person that understands you, and you don't have to feel like you have to hide from the person because the person is a dummy or the person is caught up in this delusionary world of being a robot or and a touch-ton, a robot. All it is that they know is go to work, pay bills, come back, hang out with their friends. They don't think of anything else other than that because it's too scary, right? You want someone, obviously, that can push the boundaries and the limitations, kind of like Limitless, right? The movie, of how it is that they think and take action on it. It's not enough to just think of it, but to take action on it and to be in a relationship with you. The two of y'all break that knowledge down and actually choose to do something with it. And then the thing about it is that the Four of Cups represents, and this is what I'm talking about, someone that's very spiritual. But what it is that you're getting as of right now, and this is why you need to be more selective about who you hang out with, because as of right now, you're getting the Two of Swords, right? Or what it is that you're meeting is the Two of Swords. So instead of meeting a person like this, who's highly spiritual, about to conduct a ritual or something like this, you're meeting people like this. They're not trying to evolve. They're not trying to do better for themselves. They're not trying. They're just, as long as they have a job and the check is coming, and it's enough for them to be able to get by, they're okay going to work, coming back, copping a cold one out the fridge and scratching their butt, And the thing is that the Eight of Pentacles is about, but not you. A lot of you Aquarius are choosing to, from now on, be more of yourselves. Because like I said, you're going through a highly transformational time. And this Eight of Pentacles represents you will continue, you will evolve on your own, but you're also looking for someone who has that. And if a person shows you that they are just the average Joe and they're not working with anything more evolved than just the average Joe, I don't see you honestly hanging around them for too very long. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subs. Right now we have 9450 some odd. So please smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And yeah, if you'd like to come get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section called the link tree. Click on it. And when you click on it, it will redirect you to a website where it has a drop-down menu of all the ways you can support me, from my Instagram page, where a button where you can, it leads back to the YouTube channel here, my Teespring store, which has my clothes, my merch that I'm selling on it, the books that I have that are on Amazon, as well as the tarot reading services that I provide. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for showing up here. Appreciate y'all.